How's everyone doing today? Today, I kind of want to make a different style of video. Instead of me being in-game, I'm going to be on this tier maker website. I want to make a tier list for all the meta units in the game, just so you can have a visual idea. The only thing I'm going to be ordering is these three in meta. Everything else, I'm just going to put, like Meliodas, for example here, I'm going to put him in good ground. I'm not going to sort all of these. Just if you have one of these units and they're in good ground, you know, they're good. Meta's going to be the only category that I'm going to sort. Extra thing as well. By the end of the video, I'm going to have the whole list resorted. So if I have any things that I maybe want to change out at the end, you'll see. I'll put it right at the end of the video. I'll put my final tier list. And yeah, let's get into this. Also, thank you guys so much for all the support on the last video. Getting up to 1,000 views, that is crazy. I never would have thought I would have done that, especially on my second video, so thank you guys very much. I'll make sure to keep making content. Let me know if you guys want to see other games as well. Like I can do Anime Vanguards, Anime Reborn, Anime Last Stand, All-Star Tower Defense X. When that comes out, I will also be making videos on that. So this channel is kind of going to be for AA and All-Star X. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and let's get into this tier list. Alright, so I'm going to start by just like picking through all the units. So like these units right here, I'm not going to go into full depth of what they do. I'll just like quickly explain what they're doing. So like Dio, I'd put in meta support. His time stop is amazing. He's obviously not going to be a character that most of you can get very easily, so keep that in mind. Kizuke I'd also put in meta support. He has an amazing ability where it supports everyone, gives everyone range, it gives everyone I believe SBA lowered or damage lowered. I'll put that on screen as well. I'll check it. Next unit, Todoroki. I'd probably put him in good support if you have him. He used to be pretty decent. There's just a lot of other slow units that have kind of passed him up at this point. And freeze. So, alright, Amelia, meta. She's always going to be meta support. She's got line AoE, freeze, super big range, perfect combination. Peruna, I'm going to put good support. She has definitely fallen down quite a bit. She was the first hill slow unit in the game, so she was like the only character that could hit airs with her slow, so obviously that was very good. But back then when she was out, there wasn't really any hill enemies, so it didn't really matter that much. Alright, next character, Red Scar. Alright, Shanks, I'm also going to put in meta support. If you know anything about the game, Shanks is actually super amazing for Infinity Castle and infinite runs. His hockey ability is super good. You can keep spamming it. It's not on global cooldown. It's basically like a I don't remember if it's full map, but I'm pretty sure it's just his range. It just stuns everyone for like maybe like half a second, so it is very good. All right, next unit we got Power. I'm actually going to move her down to good support because Power is unobtainable, so a lot of you guys probably aren't going to have her, and what she does has kind of already gotten replaced. If you don't know what she does, she has blood manipulation, which just makes it so bleeding units do more bleed damage, which is super good, but she's already gotten replaced by Shaltir, so I'm just going to slap her down here. Plus she's unobtainable, so a lot of you probably don't have her and won't get her. Alright, Poochie, meta support easily. His ability is amazing. It basically halves everyone's SPA on the map for a couple seconds. Super strong. Metal Knight, I'm going to put him in great air hybrid. If you can get him on banner, he's super good. He spawns these drones that fly around him, and they do like a percentage of his maximum damage. Pretty good starter unit. He's aged a little bit, but he's a pretty good starter unit. Alright, Itachi, I'm going to put in great ground. Probably in front of Endeavor right here. He and Endeavor used to, back in the day, like be super close when it came to burn damage. People always argue who's better. So I'm going to put them both down there because they've both kind of gotten surpassed by a lot of new units. Old Sasuke, I'm put down here in good support. This old Sasuke, the heavy one, he is stun. He stuns. That's basically his whole gimmick. I believe he's hybrid. I don't entirely remember, but alright, Genos, we are going to put in... Yeah, we're going to put him in good. He's not great. I don't know. I was thinking. Alright, Nami. Nami, I'd probably put in... So Nami's difficult because I'd probably put her in good support. Nami's gimmick is when she hits someone, and I believe it's like when she does a certain percentage of damage, she makes it so when you kill them, they drop more money, which is super, super good. But her damage is so low nowadays that I don't even know if that is really helpful. So yeah, and also she's a battle pass unit. You can't really get her if you're a new player, so I wouldn't really worry about it. Tatsumaki, she's a good support. She does pushback. Not a lot of people do pushback in this game. It's very good. Boros you can't get anymore, but I'd say he's good air hybrid. He's pretty decent. I'd put him above Aizen. Shisui, I'm going to put him good ground. As death, I will put... as death, I'll put good support. I think that's really the only thing she's probably good for anymore is just her freeze. Keep in mind, good ground and good support. I'm not really sorting. I don't really care. These units are just going to be thrown in here. I don't want to, like, there's so many units on this list. You guys haven't seen it, but if I scroll down here, you can see this is all the units I put in unviable. So yeah, there's a lot of like random characters that I don't want to rank. These guys are just not good. If you see a unit you have in here, I'm sorry, but they're just probably not good. So yeah. All right, this Tengen's unviable. This Tengen right here is the battle pass, or sorry, the Infinity Castle reward Tengen. So a lot of you guys don't have them. Escanor I put in good air hybrid. Actually, I put him in great. Because Escanor is still pretty decent. If you got unique on him, he'd be doing pretty good. He actually got buffed with this newest update, so he's actually a lot better than what he used to be. I still think these two are probably both better than him. Maybe he's ahead of Frieza, but it just doesn't really matter that much. Merlin, I'm actually going to put in meta support. She actually does something pretty interesting. When she hits enemies, she makes it so they take, I believe it's 30% or it's 50%. I'm pretty sure it's 30% more magic damage. So she's actually a character not a lot of people use, but it is pretty helpful. Like if you need an Infinity Castle, mainly that's probably the only thing you'd really need her in. So I'd put her meta support. All right, Idol. Yep, meta support. Get her. She's worth it. She makes all your units cheaper. She makes all of them do more damage. And she makes all of them have more range. Just get it. Idol is definitely worth it, especially if you get golden on her. It actually makes it so all your units are even more cheaper. So super good on her. Law, meta support. Law is easily a meta support. His ability is, when he pops his ability, it makes it so the enemies get brought back to the start of a line. So if you have a super long line and you pop Law's ability, it'll teleport all the enemies that are in his range back to the start of that line. So it is super useful in basically everything. Usopp, he's going to be our first meta air hybrid character. Usopp, you've probably heard everyone say it a million times. He's amazing, true damage. I believe technically he has the highest DPS in the game, even though like he doesn't really attack like a normal unit. But yeah, Luffy, we'll put Luffy in. Yeah, we'll put Luffy in great ground. I think he's still pretty good. Fujitoro, I'll put in great air hybrid as well. Sabo, I'll put in great ground. Homeroom, meta support. Her time stop is always going to be good, unless they make someone who has a better time stop. If you need someone with a time stop that's not Homeroom, because obviously she's going to be super hard to get, Josuke down here has one, and Gojo also has one. So, but they're not worth getting if you really need a time stop that bad. So I would just try and get Homeroom, and if you can't, just wait for them to make another time stop. All right. Rayleigh, he's unviable. Don't worry about Rayleigh. He was a Infinity Castle unit. Can't get him anymore. Doflamingo, I actually probably will put meta ground. I think Doflamingo is highly underrated. Magic Rose, it is a super Baron category. Like I'm pretty sure him and Kid Buu are like the only good people there. He's super good. He got buffed as well from this newest update. So yeah, we got, I don't remember her name. I think it's like Panny or something like that. Like Pami. She is a slow. She's pretty decent slow. I'll put her down here if you have her. Leafy, easily meta support. She buffs all of your units damage by 50% that are magic. And then you can infinite buff, which I'll probably make a video on soon, how to infinite buff. There's a million videos out there if you don't want to wait. Her buff, instead of it being 30% like Irwin and Wendy down here, I'll move both of them up here as well. Instead of being 30% like both these guys, Wendy's is 50, so it's a lot easier to set up and a lot faster. She's just a little more expensive. Stain, meta ground easily. Kirito, we'll put Kirito in great ground. Kirito is actually pretty good. I don't know where to put him, honestly, because I don't have his numbers. I believe he's probably worse than Luffy. I will double check right now, actually, if Luffy's hybrid, because I actually don't remember or not. Alright, so I checked, and Luffy is hybrid on later placement. I completely forgot. I couldn't really remember, so I just want to go check. I'll move him up here. Luffy is very good. If you have him, if you don't have him, I wouldn't suggest getting him, but if you have him, definitely super good. Luffy right now doesn't really have a model. He doesn't have animations. He's got that disenchantment thing, which is basically he just doesn't have a model. So you can still use him. It's just, you know, he's not gonna be anything. Like, he's just gonna be like a ghost looking unit for now. All right, Asuna, we're gonna play in great ground. She is pretty decent still. Guts, easily meta air hybrid. I'm just gonna move down Usopp because everyone knows what good Usopp is. Skull Knight, if you have Skull Knight still, where did you just go? where did my Skull Knight go? Hold on. Okay, I see him now. Sorry about that. He just like completely went to the right side. I'm gonna put Skull Knight in probably great ground. I'd probably put him around here. He's definitely very good. Buddha, can't get him anymore. I'd put him in great ground as well. Griffith, meta air hybrid. Griffith is amazing. Honestly, if I could, oh, he is right here. Okay, I'm also gonna put this Griffith in meta sport. If you don't know how Griffith works, Griffith has an ability where when you place down Griffith, he doesn't attack, but he has an ability where if you feed supports into him, so if you place support units near him, upgrade them a little bit and then feed them into him, he'll turn into a support unit that buffs everyone on the map's damage by 100%, even units that aren't yours. And then this one right here absorbs damage units. So this guy's ceiling can go super high if you have like a bunch of high damage units. I'm pretty sure it's basically the more money you spend. I don't remember exactly how it works, but yeah, Griffith is amazing. He's pretty difficult to evolve, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. This guy is actually super underrated right here. This like dragon guy, he is very underrated. Super good for Infinity Castle. If you have him, if you're trying to get on that leaderboard. This guy is just like whatever. We'll just throw him in there. Chad is horrible, sadly. Rest in peace, Chad. This guy, this shark guy, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember his name. It's like Kizuke or something like that. I'll put him in great ground. He's still pretty decent. Haribo, I'll put her in air hybrid. I'll put her like right here. Roger, I'll put Roger in great ground. Roger is still pretty good, I'd say. Roger honestly should have been better than what he actually was, but he's not bad. Poseidon, he's pretty good. I'd probably put him top of great air hybrid. If not meta, I might move him up later, but seeing, like, I don't know how many metas we're gonna have, so we'll see. Abdul, I'd put Abdul probably right there, right above these guys. He does the same thing where he just burns, and I'm pretty sure his burn does, like his burn doesn't do more than black burn, but it does. He overall does more than these do, I believe. I'm gonna just be safe. I'm gonna put him under him. This girl's bad. Like, don't worry about her. I mean, I guess you can put her great ground. She's not really like, or good ground. She's not very like good. Isagi's leaderboard unit, Minato's leaderboard unit, Smoker's leaderboard unit. Don't worry about them. Kenshin's leaderboard. Let me double check a Banff. She's leaderboard. This guy's leaderboard. Caesar. I'm just double checking real quick to make sure I got all the leaderboards out, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Oh, I forget this guy's name. It's like, it's not Benimaru. I actually don't remember his name. Oh, Bell. Yeah, Bell's down here. He's not good. Actually, no, Bell is pretty decent actually for like if you have him still. I mean, obviously you can't get him anymore, so I wouldn't worry about it if you don't have him. All right, let's see. Ainz easily up here. Ainz is amazing. His summons are amazing. The only problem with him is that he's super expensive. So like, if you are doing like a short story mode event, you're probably not going to get Ein, so you're probably not going to max him. This guy, Lucifer, I think he's called in the game. I don't remember his name in the anime, but he is a burn unit. He's very good. I'm going to put him right there. Super good. Very underrated. Very high DPS as well. Albedo. I'm going to put Albedo up here. Just throw her in there. Shaltir. That's the lady I was talking about that replaces power. Shaltir is easily meta support. If you have her, she does the blood manipulation. You can pull her off banner. She's called Blood Cry in game. She got a redesign, so she's not going to look like this, but she's super good. Super, super good. She has a mythic skin for the new event as well. Thunder Maid. Thunder Maid, I'll put in Great Air. Concord. I'm going to put him down here. He's not really usable. Alright, Koichi. Meta support. Honestly, if you don't have Amelia or you don't have Siren, Koichi's probably going to be your best support because he's hybrid. He's a hybrid slow. It's just his AoE is not as good as the other two, but he's definitely worth getting if you really need a slow for like tournament, Infinity Castle, whatever it may be. Kira. We're going to put Kira in meta ground. Kira is super good. Conan. Conan is kind of good. He's gimmicky. Conan's whole thing is he's got a gimmick where it's called wild card, where every time he attacks, it could be burn, stun, like freeze, like it could just be like any effect in the game. Slow, stun, pushback. So yeah. Josuke, I'd say Josuke is a great ground. He's pretty decent. Archer, I'm actually gonna put in meta ground. He's super underrated. Genuinely, he's super, super underrated. Saber, we're gonna put in meta ground. You're gonna see here a lot of these characters are gonna be meta just because they're new. All right, we're gonna put Gilgamesh in meta air hybrid. He's probably gonna be near the bottom of it, honestly, but he is up there. He does deserve to be up there. This girl, I do not remember her name. I can't remember what she's called in game either, but she's decent. She's not very good, but she's decent. This guy, I think Lily, that's what they're called. You can put them. I'm thinking if I should put them meta ground or not. I will move this around. Obviously, the further I get, I'm just kind of throwing them up here for now, and then I'll resort it. I'll cut back to when it's all sorted, and then I'll explain my reasoning. And I'll just end the video. All right, Lancer. We are gonna put Lancer meta ground. We're gonna put this guy meta ground. His name's Ashwi. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember how you say his name, so we're just gonna put him up there. This guy is also up here, the like dragon guy. I think his name's like Akutagawa. He's gonna also be up here. This girl, she's okay. I'd probably put her like around here. I don't know. She's kind of just like whatever. As I said, I'm not really sorting these down here. I'm only caring about really sorting meta. I might go back and sort it. Who knows? Let's just get through this. This guy, he's I'd say it's great ground. This is interesting. I'm gonna put him meta support. He has a super good ability. I'll show it on screen just so you can see. Fiend Girl. I don't remember what she's called in game, but I'd probably put her. Actually, I'm gonna move up this girl, by the way, the meta ground. But if this Fiend Girl, I'm gonna put her at the top of Great Air Hybrid. I would put her meta, but I think Goku actually just kind of does what she does, but better. Okay, Sid. We're putting Sid meta hybrid easily. Gas, I'm actually gonna put meta ground as well. I think Gas is super, super underrated. He does poison damage, which is actually completely different than burn and bleed. Poison damage, he and only I think like one other guy in the game have it. How poison works is it is super slow. Like compared to bleed and burn, they kind of wear off like instantly. Poison stays a lot longer. This guy does like 400,000 almost, I believe, in poison damage, which is crazy. And then he does like 100,000 of his actual damage. The only problem is he has super long SPA, but still, like, that is a crazy amount of damage. If you had unique on this guy, I can't even imagine how much damage he'd be doing. So yeah, definitely worth it. Alucard, he's definitely up here. As I said, I'll resort this, so just keep standing by. Hidan, meta ground, Conan. I'd probably put air hybrid. Let's see, Naruto, I'm gonna put meta ground. Pain. So Pain Pain's interesting. I'm thinking of where I'd actually want to put him. I'll put Main. I'll put Pain in meta support. He's a pushback. That is probably his whole thing, his little shtick. His DPS is kind of already starting to fall off, which sucks because he's not even that old. But his pushback, he's probably the best pushback in the entire game. So I'd definitely not miss out on Pain. Jiraiya, super good slow. I highly suggest getting him. I'm just gonna put all the slows together, honestly. Jiraiya is super worth it. Super good slow. He's limited too. He's not gonna be here forever. All right, Sasuke. This is the new Sasuke. Sasuke Awakened, I think he's called. Highest ground DPS in the game. I believe he's the highest DPS in the game, just by himself too. Him and Usopp, I believe, have the most. Let's see, Vegeta. We're gonna slap up here in meta ground. This battle pass guy, we're gonna put him in. We're just gonna put him in unviable. He's not really that good. Boo, meta hybrid. Goku, meta air. Vegito, he's the best DPS in the game. Highest DPS in the game as well. Aizen, we're gonna put him number 2. These right here, 1 and 2, those are locked in. Those are not changing placement. These two are just always gonna be 1 and 2. Obviously, they both have gimmicks. Their two problems is Vegito's. They're both super expensive. Aizen is super expensive to max out. He's 25,000 to place down. Aizen is 500,000 to fully max out. That is expensive, but his passive Shatter is broken, so it is worth it. All right, Honokakun. He is probably gonna be right here. This guy actually genuinely does so much DPS. It is very underrated. If you were to calc his DPS, he would be right under Sasuke actually. So he does a lot of damage. He's basically the magic version of Sasuke. He's super good. He does burn. It's a default burn instead of like black burn like Sasuke. Honey, we're gonna put her a hybrid meta. She's definitely worth it. Cream, we are gonna put him there. I am going to resort this a little bit, just so it's a little easier to look at. I'll cut off when I finish all of these. So yeah, and I'll give my reasonings for switching people around. All right, so Judar easily meta hybrid. I mean, like, he's just one of the most cost efficient, put him down, he's hybrid units in the game. So if you get him, like, good job. You have like one of the best units in the game. Free Ren, she's meta air. Ragna is actually, I'd put him great ground. Ragna is actually like underratedly, like super good. Gremmy is also actually, I'd say he's a little underrated. Yeah, I don't think he's meta, but he is actually pretty underrated. Buddha is I'm gonna put Buddha in meta ground, okay? Because this is probably the only one you're gonna be using. Buddha's whole gimmick is just 3 different attacks that all do 3 different things. One's just like a big circle with super low SBA. One is that he bleeds, but it's like a big circle and he has lower SBA, but he's ground only. And then one is that he's hybrid, but he has a line attack and then pretty like moderate SBA. You're gonna be only using the bleed one, which is a ground attack. He does so much damage with his bleed. On the DPS chart, he is, I think, the 5th highest DPS in the game. Buddha's only problem is, I guess he's a little expensive, and he doesn't really get super good till you get to his last upgrades. So like, that's really Buddha's only problem. Grimjaw is also gonna be up here on meta ground. Grimjaw is amazing. He does too much damage, honestly. It is very surprising that he's a banner unit. He just does so much damage. And then right here, Siren, we're gonna put her in meta support. All right, looking at all of this, I'm going to go through and I'm gonna sort this. So I'm gonna cut right now and I'll come back and I'll have it all resorted and I'll let you guys know why I put someone there, and yeah, let's see it. All right guys, I'm back. I resorted it. This is what I have. I put Archer on accident in meta ground. He's meta hybrid. I completely forgot he becomes hybrid. This is my list. This is my tier list for now. I agree with everything that's on here. There might be some things you can switch around. Like meta ground is a little bloated, I'd say, but every character that's in meta ground can still like survive and do super well in like a current day event. Same for meta air hybrid. There's a couple characters in good air hybrid that I want to point out, like Poseidon and Fiend Girl, that they could both easily go up into air hybrid. Here, I'm actually gonna move Poseidon, I think, into meta ground. I don't know where I'm gonna put him. Probably like down here, like towards the bottom. And then this girl I'm also going to move up here as well. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think everyone else though, it's in great air hybrid, good air, good ground. They should all be in there. Let's see, meta supports. I think that's all correct. The only meta support I guess I could move up is Tatsumaki. She is also a pushback. There isn't really a lot of pushback characters in this game, so I guess it's okay having her in pain there. And let's see. I agree with this whole list. Sasuke, I'll just go through everyone in meta ground, or at least the first couple characters. Sasuke, highest ground DPS in the game. He might also be the highest DPS in the game. He does amazing damage. You can get him off banner. Same for Ghost-kun. He's also here. Amazing damage, just like Sasuke. He's a burn unit, just like Sasuke. He's magic fire, I believe. Buddha. If you can get Buddha, he is super good. His bleed form is the only one I'd use. It's why I'm putting him in meta ground. It's mainly what you're going to be using him for. Grimjaw is worth it. He's off banner, just a stupid amount of damage. By the way, I didn't mean to put him in there. I meant to put him in hybrid. Alucard, crazy if you can get him. His summons just have ridiculous amounts of damage and HP. Stain, still amazing. I don't know how this guy is clutching on, but he just, like, they made this unit too OP, genuinely. Vegeta, amazing. Obviously, you're going to need Vegeta and Goku for Vegito up here. Hadan, Hadan's basically just like a slightly worse Stain. Naruto has super high DPS. Roger, very good. He has his passive. Kira's ability is amazing. Kira has super high damage, and then his ability Bites the Dust, where it rewinds everyone on the map. That is amazing. Lancer's got high DPS. Doflamingo, after his buff, has super high DPS. I'll move Doflamingo up a little bit. These guys all have super high DPS, like Gas, he has the poison. Lily, she's got super high damage. These guys are all super good. If you have any of these characters, good job. These guys are all amazing. You could evolve any of them. You could use them as your main character, try and roll traits on them. Obviously, I'd try and roll traits on the people that are up here. I'd say everyone past Doflamingo is kind of like the cutoff. Like, you can roll on these guys if you want, but I would still focus these guys right here. Alright, going through Air Hybrid, we got Vegito. Amazing. He's the best unit in the game. Aizen, he's the second best. He's super good. Judar, if you can get Judar from the new portals, especially if you're like a guy who doesn't do leaderboard or doesn't focus that hard on it, Judar is worth it. He can carry you through everything. Every legend stage, every story mode. He's definitely 100% worth it. He's fully AoE, hybrid on placement. He's not that expensive. Ainz, it's kind of same thing. It's just he is way more expensive. He has summons and he becomes hybrid. Guts, amazing. We all know Guts and Griffith. Sid, fully AoE hybrid. He does true damage. He does true damage dark. That is super strong. Gilgamesh, he starts off, he's magic light, and then he gets hybrid later on later upgrade. Gilgamesh's damage is actually still really good, so if you get him, like, you trade for him, nice. Boo has super good damage just like Gilgamesh. Boo becomes hybrid later on upgrade. He becomes fully AoE. He's Magic Rose. Magic Rose is a pretty dead typing in the game. The only other good people that are there is Kira and Doflamingo, which they're both ground. Freeren, she's super good. All these, like, I put these guys all together because they're all hill units. They're all pretty interchangeable. Like, they all do different things that are good. The best out of these guys, honestly, is probably Freeren, Goku, and Fiend Girl. And then Honey and Conan are both still good. But these three are, like, if you get them, it's definitely worth it. Freeren especially, she's probably the best hill in the game. Archer, super amazing. If you have him, I don't remember how you get him. He might be a limited. I don't remember. But Archer, or sorry, no, he's off banner. He's called Faker now. They changed his design, but he's also super good still. Poseidon, you saw me move him up here earlier, and then your boy Usopp, he's always gonna be here. He's never gonna drop down. So yeah, that's my tier list. If you guys have any disagreements, please tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to discuss it with you guys if you think someone could be changed around. Like always, I'll link the wiki down below. And there is one thing I want to talk to you guys about. Thank you so much for all the support that's been on the channel recently. It is crazy. It is super crazy. I remember I posted my second video, and for like 2 days I had like 30 views, and I was pretty down in the dumps. I was a little depressed because it wasn't doing as great as the first one. And then randomly one day, I don't know what happened, if the YouTube algorithm kicked in, but it just hit 1,000 views. 1,000 of you guys have viewed that video. Thank you so much. I will definitely be pumping out more videos soon, so don't you guys worry about that. Thank you guys so much for your support. I love you guys truly. Your guys' support means everything to me. And make sure you guys like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. Try and help me guys get to 50 subscribers. After that, we'll be pushing 100. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Love you guys, and goodbye.